What's up guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Robert Maldonado. I'm here with Edward today. We're gonna do some highlights. We're gonna do a nice skin fade, and he usually goes super extreme or he goes natural, so we're gonna do something right in between. What do you think, Edward?
I'm very excited. I usually go for the very extreme K-pop look or just the understated LA actor dark black hair look. So Robert's gonna help me find something, you know, a happy medium. I've never been here and I'm really excited.
All right, let's do this.
When you do the skin fade, I really like it when there's like a really strong contrast between the light and the dark. So
Really tight.
Yeah, and then so like when you have the skin and then it's like really dark up here.
Okay. Awesome. All right, well, let's do this.
Let's do it.
Alright, so we just finished up the fade. Edward told me he wanted a skin fade, but he likes the contrast. So what we did is we did a really low skin fade. We shaved the bottom here and then left about an inch on the top before we get to this section here. Alright, so moving on with the highlights, now we're going to do a very natural weave. He wants a very subtle color, so we're not going to add too many in there, and they're going to be very fine.
The hair's not done yet, guys, so we blow dried it to make it easier for application of the color, right?
Yes.
So Robert, I have a confession. I was this close to doing my own highlights with the highlighting cap, but then obviously I came here and I think I made the safe decision. But what is the difference between, like, let's say somebody at home wants to do a highlighting cap versus coming in and getting it professionally done?
Okay, so highlighting cap depends on length. If your hair is longer, you're not going to know if you're pulling out hair from over here, from the left side or the right side. So weaving in your actual highlights is going to allow you to have the immediate hair color where you put it. So for example, placement is very important. Since you wear your hair up, or even if you want to wear your hair down, if we take horizontal sections from front to back, that's going to allow everything to kind of move in without seeing any lines, any distortion.
So it's less of like a lottery, less of a gamble.
Yeah, and you can personalize it too. Like for example, you don't want too much, but I always like adding more in the front, less in the back.
Right.
So it fades out to the haircut. And I'll show a close-up of how thin I'm taking that section. See, so that's gonna be the highlighted part there.
So what are we doing right now with my hair?
Right now we just pulled out the foils, and as you can see it's very yellow right now, almost like a blonde yellow. Now we're gonna tone so we balance out those colors. For example, like we'll add some purple to cancel out that yellow, and some natural colors to make it like a nice brown. Alright, so we are all finished with the haircut and the highlights. You can't see him right now because his hair's still very wet. We are actually going to style his hair with his own very product. First thing we're going to use is the Moon Fiber Moonshine. And we're going to use one pump of that. So next we're gonna use about a pea size of the moon milk. And you want to apply this for a messy hairstyle when the hair is wet as well. Alright, so we get a lot of questions about what is that attachment that goes on your blow dryer. This is actually called a diffuser. It goes right on your blow dryer. And then you just turn it on. And what you do is you hold it on top of the hair. Now you don't have to get this 100% dry. If you are, you're doing it wrong. You gotta leave it 80% dry, 20% still with water. So now we are gonna use the lunar dust. That's gonna give us a little bit of grip. This hair is really soft. So what you could do is you can lift it and put it right on the root. And then shake it in. You see how it's giving it that lift now? That's what we want. So I'll just go wherever he needs just a tiny bit of lift. Alright, next we are using this Tech-Tite wax, which is going to be just a tiny bit on the end so we can separate individual pieces of it. So we want a little bit of texture there. Some in the front. Actually, we're going to grab a wood. For the next hairstyle, we just blew out his hair. We gave him a lot of volume. We're gonna use the Tech-Tite mixed in with the moon milk. We're gonna do one first, and then we're gonna mix both of them together, just so I get a little bit of grip, and then so we can finish off with both products. Put a little bit of this one in there. Oh, I like this. This one has like good grip to it. We're gonna grab about that much.
Yep.
Moon milk. Mix them both together, really good. And then what you want to do with this is you want to open up your fingers like a fork like that, and you want to go in between. Now you don't want to go all the way to the forehead, but you want to do it like mid shafts to ends. And what that's going to do, it's going to give you all that separation in there.
Pro tip. A lot of people don't know that. A lot of people think they should just go in there.
Throw it in there, do it from the back to the front.
You gotta like rake it in.
This is gonna be our finishing product. This is the Moon Freeze, and it's gonna be a stronghold hairspray. Here's a little pro tip. So whenever you see how he has that one flyaway, I don't know if you guys can see it in the camera, but there's one flyaway there. What you do is you spray, and then you grab the bottom, and you'll slick that. Alright, so for the last hairstyle, we're going to do more of a neater with a side part. And if you blew out your hair already, all you got to do is just, don't get it soaking wet, but just add a little bit of moisture. Alright, so we're going to blow dry this to the left, and this little part we're going to blow dry straight down. Alright, so for the last product, it's going to be more of a wet look, very neat, and we're going to use the ice bomb for this one. For that, you want to use about a grape size, which is going to be that much. And if you need more, of course, you can add more, but so most of your product you want to put it towards the front or anywhere where you want anything to slip. So we want some of these guys to look really neat, nice, neat, and slick. And at the end, you can grab a white tooth comb and then just neatly put everything in order. Alright, so we're all finished up with Edward's hair here. We did some highlights. You can't really see them, but we just did a very subtle set of highlights. A skin fade. Let's have your little turnaround. Nice. There is a skin fade. And we styled it 3 different ways for you guys using his products. He'll have some videos for you guys talking about his products, right?
If you guys want to check out me, I'm on Instagram at EdwardZo and also at youtube.com/EdwardZo. And then my product line is Moon Fiber. I'm sure it'll be linked all down below. And Robert, thank you so much, man.
Anytime.
Great working with you. I love my haircut. I'm very picky when it comes to hair because that's kind of the content that I make, and I think you did an awesome job, so thanks.
Make sure you guys like, subscribe, and let me know what you think about this.